we sounding? How we sounding? Chat. Sound good? Sounds good. Sounds good. What it do, guys? It's your boy, the Juice. I'm right here down the way here from Nancy Guthrie's house, getting ready to take a little walk over to Nancy's here. I ran into a local. You local here? He goes by the name of Michael here, and I just wanted to ask him a few questions, see what he felt about the case. What do you think? Where do you think we stand with the whole investigation that's going on with Nancy right now?
I mean, it's brutal, man. We've all been experiencing it here in Tucson. We experience a lot of these situations here, so it hits close. And I mean, it's close to here. I work close to here, so we've seen a lot of the situation. But like anything, man, we want to see justice. Like anything, man. Come on. But yeah, I think it's about time justice gets done. You know what I mean? It's been, 3 months at this point, 4 months? I don't know. It's been a long time.
81 days.
We've heard, I mean, even updates and everything. We just want to hear the next news. You know what I mean? Get some justice. That's all we can ask for. Yeah.
Do you feel like it's cold right now?
Definitely say it. I feel like it's cold. Yeah.
Do you feel like we'll find the perp at some point?
Yeah, I definitely think with time we'll find them, but will it be anytime soon? I don't know, man. I feel like for the most part, this, as much as there have been suspects and everything, it's been a cold one. I feel like for the entire time, there's never really been much data, much information, enough evidence really have a good verdict on like what's happening. You know what I mean? But I think eventually, yeah, I think we'll get it figured, but I feel like we're far from that, at least in this moment, yeah.
And just one last question: what do you feel? Do you think that this was for money, or you feel like it was for more so like pain?
You never know, dude. I mean, you never know. I mean, Tucson, you never expected anything. I mean, Tucson's a humble town. I mean, yeah, there's money and everything, but you never expect it to be like that. And like, it was Savannah Guthrie's daughter was like the New York lady, the New York anchor and everything
on the Today Show.
Yeah, and I mean, you think like that's so far away from here, you wouldn't think of like a hostage situation to get money, but I mean, you never know. Like, I mean, crazy years happen, so like you can't really take anything for granted, and what the reasons are. It could be just a normal random abduction that, I mean, you didn't expect that. You know what I mean? It could be anything, but I mean, all we want is her to come back home and save you. I mean,
Yes, sir.
Or figure out what has happened. You know what I mean? The reality of the situation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thanks a lot, Michael. I really appreciate that. You're my first interview ever, so much love, man.
Let's
I
go,
appreciate
brother.
that. Thanks a lot, man.
You killed it.
Yes, sir.
Fucking killed it.
Much love, brother. Thanks a lot. I was Michael, guys. That's a local here. I'm currently walking over to Nancy's right now. I decided to take a little walk because a lot of people like to walk through the neighborhood. So I decided to go through the neighborhood and have a little walk and discussion as we walk over to Nancy's. We're gonna just hang out, have a discussion. Not too many updates besides the board meeting with Sheriff Nanos just yesterday. So yeah, big welcomes those of you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys popping up on me here on the channel. I hope we got that. I hope we were clear. I know we'll probably go in and out of service on the way over to Nancy's. But yeah, that was my first interview, folks. I've never really actually done an actual interview. So, you know, like I told you guys, I'm new to crime. You know, I've got a lot to learn as far as crime goes. There's a lot of things that I just don't know. I'm not... I need to get educated, okay? Just to sum up what I'm saying, it's time to get educated. But yeah, guys, I just want to go over here, talk, have a discussion. Hopefully we don't get bothered today because, you know, yesterday we had some police, some sheriffs come out and make contact with me for being on the road. For those of you guys that have been tuning in, you guys know the story. So I've also been in the comments, and a lot of people are saying that some other YouTubers were told to stay on the actual pavement, but then I was told that I couldn't be on the pavement because I think that they were also telling people that us being on the dirt and not on the pavement says that we're walking on someone's property. So I don't know. So I think we go to Nancy's today and we set up the same way we do. That doesn't mean we break the rules. We do what they ask. They asked me to not be on the pavement. That's what I was told, so that's what I was gonna do. I do have something in me that tells me, you know what, Juice, you should probably just exercise your rights at this point. But we're here to cover, push public awareness, and just talk about Nancy. Really, we're not here to fight with the police as far as the rules that have been in place. I don't really want to lose focus on what's going on. I really don't want to start worrying about something that really isn't going to help bring Nancy home. So figured I'd kind of give that some thought, express that with y'all, because I know a lot of you guys, well, not everyone. Some people say, Juice, put your foot down. Others say, tell them like it is. Tell them like it is. I had a couple people email me, so I wanted to share one of the emails with you guys today. Two of them actually, because they had some pretty good things to say. Just some people stopping by to kind of educate me, wake me up to a few things, and I thought that was great. So I appreciate those who reached out to give me some insights on some stuff. But let's go. We're walking through the neighborhood right now. This is a really small neighborhood right here, guys. It's not really, I got a broken tripod, so I got to make it work. But we're walking through the neighborhood right now. This is a really small neighborhood. I got to keep an eye on the map because I still have a tendency to get lost through this neighborhood, and I don't want that to happen because it's already getting close to when that sun is going to start coming down. So I think we are headed in the right direction right now. So we are looking forward to about a 20-minute walk, I believe. Let me go back and double check to see how far we got to go. I think I had the maps on the car mode, but I got to put it as if we're walking on the ground. So, now we're relatively close. It's saying 3 minutes, but I don't know if it's still saying I'm in a car or not. I thought I changed it. Let me double back 1 second, chat. Yeah, no, it's still saying I'm in a car. We got to change that. There we go. Double back. Just gotta make sure we're going the right way. Easy to get lost in here. Even being a local, I don't know. I know the entire city by the back of my head. I don't know every neighborhood by the back of my head. That's the twist. But we're getting closer. We're about 16 minutes away, 0.8 miles on foot. We're on the ground right now. Really tough to see chat because it's really, really bright out here right now. So it's really tough. But it seems like to me every day has been a reminder that we've just failed to identify the kidnapper or kidnappers who took Nancy. I mean, they want us to just leave this alone and just kind of just let it. It seems like they want us to just let this go under the rug. They just want us to forget about the case. I'm not feeling it. I'm not doing it. We're not going to just let this fade away. We're going to keep pushing whatever we need to push. We're going to keep doing it. Whatever it takes, we're going to keep doing it. For those of us that have been in tune, we know the media has not. There's been a lot of media who've kind of gone quiet and no longer talking about this. And I think we get a lot of our information from the bigger platforms like Nancy Grace, like Brian Ensign on News Nation. There's a lot of places where we get our information besides doing research on the internet. I think it's telling me that I need to make a left turn here, and I'm gonna keep checking on the stream so you might hear me in the background, because I think we're gonna lose service at some point throughout this walk here. We are currently on Avenida de Posada, if I said that right. It's telling me that I need to make a right turn, and then we'll go down to Camino La Zarela, and we'll make another right there. I feel a lot of people have pretty much searched the ins and out of this neighborhood, so I don't think it would do us any justice to go searching around here. Not only that, there's a lot of suspicion with the neighbors, so I don't think it would look good doing my own search within the neighborhood at least. But I may consider in the future doing searches not too far outside of the neighborhood, since some of us believe that, there's a possibility that she's in this proximity somewhere. But we are not leaving this alone. We're not going to go quiet. We may give the neighborhood, their privacy, as some people are saying that's what they're asking for. But we're not sleeping on this case at all. We're staying awake to every little detail, every little update, every little thing that brings a possibility for help in regards to bringing Nancy home and finding the perp. I was listening to Brian Ensign, and he sat down with a gentleman, I don't remember his name, but he was saying that the perp right now is trying to disguise himself, and at some point something will become noticeable, like his behavior. We hear that a lot. So one thing that might be noticeable in changes is his behavior, maybe the way he looks. Maybe he may leak something, or has leaked it already, and it may come back to haunt him. But the problem is, I feel like we are just, how you doing? We're just so focused on this one guy. We're forgetting that there is a possibility that there's probably more than one perp. So I think it seems like we're in hopes that we'll find this guy on the surveillance video, or we'll find someone through the DNA, and that will obviously crack the case and open up more doors. But you all know how I feel about the DNA. But it's just frustrating to know that we're 81 days in now, and we're questioning whether or not they have any information, but we've yet to know whether or not they've been able to confirm anything, like there being no confirmed force of entry, like still no suspect, or like no proof of life. And we're obviously that's out, because we're all convinced that, but there has really not been anything confirmed that we discovered in the beginning. We've learned a couple things along the way, like doors propped open and whatnot, but nothing's really legitimately been confirmed. And that could be because of the silence of the FBI. So every day we get up, we're questioning whether or not we're going to get something new, or just something in general is going to happen. So now we're on, what's the street name again? Camino La Zarela. We took this way the last time I drove, and I walked from where I was at. And And it was a nice walk. It's not a bad walk. It's not too far. I like taking walks. It's healthy, productive. Thanks for taking this walk with me, guys. I appreciate it. Can't really see chat. Let me take a look while we're walking. Like I said, the screen is just way too bright. Yeah, her phone was left behind. They didn't take anything. A lot of people still feel like this is money motivated. I just, based on the facts presented to us, I just can't find a reason to really make, can't find a reason. Wow, that's a beautiful home. I can't find a reason for something to drive me, leading up to me believing that this was for money, and I could be way off. Like, I could be completely wrong. But it seems like to me this was more for pain. There's no budge on the Bitcoin. He didn't bite the Bitcoin at all. I know we learned that there was a little bit of activity in the Bitcoin account. All right, we are on Escalante and Zarella. Let's walk on the right side of the street so that way we're not walking against traffic. We're not going nowhere though, guys. We're not going anywhere. They're not walking us out of here. They're not kicking us out of here. However you want to put it in words, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Yesterday they made contact with me just to make contact with me, so they found some type of probable cause to make contact with me. But you just have to remember that there's a lot of people watching, and a lot of people's word against one officer could do me some good deed if we were to go down that road. But I think we'll have a friendly, safe visit in the neighborhood today. I don't think we'll be bothered. Now, I do have to say that when I came through here earlier, because I drove through before I actually got out in the neighborhood like now, I drove through and I seen the same undercover that was here yesterday. And he looked at me immediately as we passed by, and he stomped on his brakes, almost as if he was gonna. Now, I kept going, so I don't know if he turned around or he followed me. But it did seem like he was on to me. Not that we're doing anything wrong, but they're looking at me like that. So this is the last time we took a walk. Now this is it's quite a little bit of a little ways. It's really actually super close to Nancy, so it's a possibility there could have been somebody here as far as staging goes. But this would not be a good house because you see a house right here facing this house, which is not common in this neighborhood. Normally there's not a lot of homes that face each other. They really face away from each other, or they're just too spread out apart to really see each other. So it's really hard to be a nosy neighbor in this neighborhood because the houses are so gapped. That is going to be a very, very big home. Very big home. Very nice home. Little rabbit. Whew. You know, the moment in this case where I knew there was a lot of bull crap going on was the time when they started finding gloves out here. At that point in the case, I knew we were on a wild goose trail. I knew it was going to be something. I just knew there was going to be a odd twist, more twist to come along the way. I just knew it. I felt it. But it almost feels like to me something is being covered up. Someone's trying to prevent not just the public with being able to get more information, but someone's trying to prevent the FBI from digging up more dirt. And that person to me would be Nanos. He's been leading the way in this entire investigation. Hey, much love, Carolina. I appreciate that. I love you guys too. I appreciate you guys all. Welcome, Carolina. Welcome, Cheryl. Bunny crossing the road. Yeah. Val, big welcomes, Val. Is it Val before? Much love, Dreams. Thanks for stopping by the way. Carol, what's up? Big welcomes, big welcomes. Serial Chiller Mary, welcome. I see you in the chat here. See a couple members here in the chat here. Welcome to my members here. Tuning in here. No news is good news, Nana says. Ooh, you know, I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I feel like it's both ways. I feel like no news is good news, but also no news is a sign of bad news. Is the silence of the FBI good? So as you saw in the beginning of the stream, I spoke with a local here and he believes that the case is cold. I don't believe that it's going to stay cold. I believe we're moving, even though it doesn't feel like we're moving in a direction. As far as maybe, you know, getting close to cracking this case at all, we're definitely not based on what we have right now. But I would have to agree based on where we stand right now today, 81 days into this case, that we're cold. I question whether or not the FBI is even looking at anybody right now. What are they working on right now? Because right now what we have is a waiting game that we're waiting on. So while we're waiting, what are they doing? Jacqueline, much love. I appreciate you tuning in. She says, we are your witness. Much love, guys. I appreciate y'all. Who waits all day to call their sister? Right. A lot of questionable things in this case for sure. I don't think cold yet. You know, just knowing that cases go on years, we could honestly say statistically this case would never be cold. There'll probably forever be someone working on this case because of how big it's gotten and how much it's affected communities, not just here locally, but amongst the entire world. It has affected people in so many ways. So it's eating away at somebody that does this for a living, as far as finding guys like this in situations like this that occur. So I mean, in reality, it's never going to actually be cold. And even if it does, I think they'll get a tip at some point that'll bring this thing right back to life. But I can't say I don't have moments where I feel like nothing's going to happen and we're going to stand right where we are right now. Looks like we got good sound today. I apologize yesterday. We had some technical difficulties with the mic. Hey, thanks for the $5 super chat, Lacey Alexander. She says, thank you for keeping Nancy's case alive. We appreciate you and your coverage. I love that you keep it all up, even through all cop run-ins. Keep doing you. Much love. So we got the undercover sitting at the end of the road. As you guys see, I'm approaching Nancy's. I'm a block away from Nancy's. If you can see the truck from here, we got an undercover here watching the road again. So don't know necessarily if they're out here looking for troubles or they're just kind of surveillance in the area. But to our understanding, they already left a few days ago. I'm sorry, not a few days ago, several weeks ago. You remember when the sheriff were out here and they were kind of guarding the home, making sure no one would walk on the property. So we thought that was over. Apparently not. In the video yesterday, I don't know if you guys heard it because it was very tough to hear my sound, but in the video earlier, yesterday, you can hear this guy at the end of the road in this truck right here honk. I think for protection and my own sake, we might just casually walk by this guy. We might just go right by this guy so we can get a good look at this guy. Because this truck is raising my suspicion. I haven't even really confirmed whether or not this is actually an undercover. But it's quite suspicious. We got a white truck sitting here at the end of the road as if I'm doing something wrong or I'm out here up to no good. Hey, little buddy, can I pet him?
Oh, sure.
Oh. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Like I'm minding my business. I'm not worried about you. Beautiful dog. Oh, thank you for letting me pet the dog. I didn't want to bother you, so I appreciate it. Much love. Yeah, and I'm not here. I'm not here at all to bother neighbors, guys. I don't want to even ask them any questions. I don't want people saying, I don't want people saying I'm out here bothering neighbors and whatnot. Nope, not doing it. Sue Ellen right here passing by. So Sue Ellen is back on her move. She's back on the groove. Big welcomes, guys. Big welcomes. Those of y'all tuned in, by the way. That's the first dog I petted in this neighborhood, by the way. First dog we petted. But we're out here. We're back out here. We're gonna hang out, have a little discussion, chat a little bit. Cute fur baby. Juice an investigator now. We're about to go investigator mode in just a second. I think we should probably walk down there and see what this truck is doing. I mean, he's kind of suspicious a little bit. Not that it's my business, because it's not my neighborhood, but you still want to feel safe by checking your surroundings, Anybody who has suspicions or any worries or doubts, you want to make sure you do feel safe, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just sit here and mind my own business and not even bother walking down there. Because what good is it going to do with me walking down there if I'm not even going to make contact with him? I'm just going to walk down there and walk back. Private investigator, I appreciate that. He says you need to know your rights. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I definitely need to start reading up on it so I can understand my rights. Not only that, just knowing what to say. Juice, please, can you show me the road sign that you said what can be seen behind the perp? Yeah, let's do it. Anytime. So a lot of people confuse this no outlet sign, as I did in the beginning. They confuse the no outlet sign as lights in the back when we see the perp in the surveillance video. But this sign right here, it's my own theory and my speculation, but this sign right here is what's behind the perp in the video. It's almost directly in front of the door. So the sign is, it's whatever it is that's reflecting off the sign light-wise, I don't know what that is. I don't know, because it was pitch black. There were no lights. So I don't know what's reflecting off this sign. It shouldn't be reflecting in the complete dark. So that could be something that you could argue. But when you watch the video in the back, this sign looks like headlights. It looks like there's a car sitting on the road. And you could also go check out DGL's. He has a theory on it, and he kind of breaks it down and make more sense. But yeah, this sign, I would agree with DGL that it's not lights in the background, headlights, that it's actually the sign. And I only say that because of the shape of not only the shape of the headlights, but you can almost see the sign. You can't see it clearly, but you can almost see, based on the shape of the lights, how they're going, that it's the sign. And then the tree kind of covers it, so it cuts that part off, so you don't see the entire shape of the sign, which makes it more difficult to determine what it is. By the way, I am standing on the inside of the pavement here. I don't want any problems at all. I am within the cones here, because I know somebody's sitting there watching me, so I'm making sure I'm not going to get bothered at all. And you guys are my witness. I'm not on the pavement. Out of respect for the neighbors, I'll move the camera kindly so I'm not recording the neighbors. I'll try to be respectful as I can. Not trying to make anybody upset here. What happened to your buddy? You talking about my lizard friend? Let's see if I brought my phone, because it's easier for me to see chat on the phone. 1 second, folks. We're still live. We still got internet. We're good. Just trying to make sure we didn't cut out on y'all. Oh, I hear a truck. Not sure what it is. Just trying to make sure we didn't cut out. Thought it was that undercover down there. My Cash App info is in the, it's actually in the description, folks. It's in the description. I know a lot of people were asking me to post it. But I'm not really here for the money. I appreciate everybody's help. But I don't feel comfortable posting it in the chat. But today, I guess I'll do it this one time. And then somebody, if you can pin it. But I do not have a Venmo, folks. I don't. It's in the works. I'm working on it, but it's not something that I'm determined to get out or get soon. Look at this car speeding down the road, undercover just sitting there. I mean, these cars just going super fast down the road, and we got a cop undercover in the neighborhood not enforcing any rules at all. They're just here to enforce rules on my behalf, not the cars that are speeding by in the neighborhood. Let me see here. Let me see. Hold on, chat. I'm trying to find the link here to see if I can copy it and paste it in chat for once here. And I'll try to pin it if I can. And hopefully that's helpful. Aqua Monkey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. He says, thank you for doing what you're doing. Richard is Michael. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think a lot of us believe that because the story we didn't even get to finish the story. I don't think, did Sleuth even get to finish that story? I don't think so. Bro standing while black, walking while black, filming while black in Catalina foothills. Isn't that odd? Isn't that odd? Sounds odd, right? But it's 2026. It's 2026. We're not in that time anymore. Maybe he's security and not undercover. No, that's an undercover, guys. It hasn't been confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it's an undercover. But this is the sign that's been a huge part of people's theories, whether or not it's lights. There aren't any other signs in this area that would reflect or you know. But based on where the door is at, guys, just look at the door. This is pretty much the cutoff point. But it's questionable. Go watch it. Watch it again. It's questionable only because in the video, in the left of the sign, on the left, you see house lights. You see house lights. But you can't see any house but that one. And part of the one up there. Just parts of it. But that wouldn't be left. Are reflecting? Because we know signs are reflectors. So if that's the case, being there's no lights in the area, what's it reflecting off? What light was in the area? So you could probably argue that there was a car nearby and possibly with lights on, maybe just parking lights, not even the headlights were on. Or maybe it's the setting of the video because the video's in black and white. Maybe there's certain things that kind of reflect in black and white. I don't know. It was also a full moon that night for sure, but it definitely wasn't the moon wasn't reflecting off the sign. It wasn't that bright. They didn't take the flowers. We'll casually take a walk over here, but they did not take the flowers. And as a matter of fact, it looks like he's still sitting down there at the street. So we are going to exercise our rights and walk. I'm walking. If I lose service, I'm sorry. I'll pull up my other phone. We'll make sure that we record. I don't want to stop and block the road, but it looks like a majority of the flowers are here. Well, that were here along this week, but the other ones that weren't got taken away by Lauren. I think some of the ones that she took were real that were here. So, but we'll come back, guys. We're not leaving. We're gonna take a little walk. We're gonna be nosy a little bit because someone's being nosy with us. So we want to know what's going on. I'm not sitting here putting up with this anymore. We're walking over here. I don't care. I want to see what's going on. You guys are watching, and I'm sure some of you guys watching want to see what's going on too. So we're going to take a little walk. We're going to literally walk there and then walk back. I hope I'm not going to lose y'all here though, because they say in this particular area you lose service in this particular area. So maybe he's sitting around trying to figure out a way to make contact with me, trying to figure out, you know, if I'm going to do something or something like that to come up and say something. Who knows? I don't know, guys. Wind sucks. Yeah, I apologize for the wind. Nothing I could do about the wind, guys. It's super, super windy out here. Hopefully it tones down a little bit. But yeah, nothing I can do about the wind, unfortunately. Juice, did you send out a notification that you were coming on? I didn't. I'm sorry. You know, my sense of urgency today was to just get out here before the sun went down, because, you know, a lot of the times that I've been getting here, the sun, you know, it's already been down. Or in the neighborhoods, because you can see the sun. The sun is... Okay, we can see the sun today, so we're good. But, yeah. So, anyway. At least the sound is good. Yeah, 100%. At least the sound is good. 100%. Did you guys get that? No, he nodded his head. He did not wave. He nodded his head. It is 100% undercover sheriff. It's a sheriff. It's not undercover. I guess you wouldn't call it undercover. I guess you would say that he's in an undercover vehicle. Ooh, that wind is killing. Was it a bald guy. No, I couldn't tell. It was a guy in a hat. It wasn't a bald guy. Y'all couldn't see him. Okay. Yeah, because it's a little fuzzy because I'm walking right now. But yeah, confirmed 100%, Sheriff. My girl told me yesterday, so I already know I already knew for sure. But I wanted to see with my own eyes, so I figured we'd check. We'll walk over to this abandoned home real quick because there's been a lot of little activity at the abandoned home. Not to say anything suspicious is going on, but there's an abandoned home over here that a lot of people think that the suspect could have possibly staged that. This could have been one of the homes that they sat at and waited to get the call, considering there wasn't really anybody here at the time of the abduction. So yesterday I passed by and there was the garage door was open. And it looks like they're just kind of refurbishing the home. There was a lot of boxes, a lot of furniture. So it looks like they stored pretty much everything in their house inside of the garage. So I didn't really see anything. Yeah. This is a lot of us think that was which I don't think that, but I mean some people were talking about this particular home a lot, saying that it was a stage one of the homes that the suspect staged at, but I would argue that it wasn't. So, and it's not going to be clear because I read this general area, so it's not going to be clear. So I don't know if anyone's living here or not. There is a sign in the window, and I don't know what that's supposed to say. I'm not going to go up to the suspect staged at, but there is a sign there in the window. That it wasn't. So for whatever that is, I couldn't tell y'all. So really bad service over here, so we're gonna head back. It's really glitchy right here, so I don't want to stick around here too long because I might lose y'all completely, and it's really fuzzy, and I know you guys are having a hard time seeing this. So, but that is a home. Besides the other one that I went to with the porta potty, there's a lot of abandoned homes out here. There's a lot of vacant homes. However you want to phrase it, there's a lot of... Oh my God, trash cans in the street violation. Ain't that right? Considering the circumstances based on what they told me yesterday. Seems like it, huh? Vima says that Sue Ellen was asked about what happened. Nah, I don't think Sue Ellen knows anything at all. That's the house that JLR was passing by, and FBI was there. Wow. Yeah, we can't be your witness if you buffer. Good call. Going back. Yeah, we got to go back. We can't stick around out here with terrible service like this. So we're gonna head on back. Just casually taking a little walk. And I guess they're just watching me to make sure that I'm not on the pavement at all. So, is it getting better? Yeah, but it's gonna get worse again. Cause right, like when we approach that mailbox right there, it gets pretty bad. So I might lose y'all. I hope I don't, but might lose y'all. Yeah, for sure. That house is the one that Alex is talking about in his article, I believe. Haven't seen that yet. Haven't seen that one at all. Just somebody in the truck. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a sheriff in the truck. We've already confirmed it. Why they're here, I have no idea. Why he has nothing to do right now, I have no idea. I don't know, guys. But it's been confirmed already. We walked by for a reason because I just wanted to know for my own peace of mind. And yeah, he's just sitting there casually watching me, trying to see what I'm doing. He can clearly see me from where he's at. Let's see, can you see the truck behind me? Yeah, so we're just checking our surroundings, guys. Yep, clearly see me from where I'm at. Right down the road, he's in a really good spot right there. He's off the side of the road. By the way, guys, he's breaking the law right now. He's actually breaking the law. But just because he's in an unmarked emergency vehicle, he's allowed to break the rules. But there's nothing going on here, right? So why would he be allowed to break the rules? Emergency vehicle, he's allowed to break the rules. But there's nothing going on here. Right? So we'll sit down, we'll chat for a second. I'm just listening to make sure we're still good on stream, so you might hear me in the background on my phone. We'll probably try to move a little bit closer to, I'll stay where I'm at right now. I got my chair set up and everything here. So we'll just kind of casually sit right here, hang out, keep an eye on the Mr. Undercover. Remember, my tripod is broke, so the camera might be slightly shaky due to wind a little bit. But give me a moment, let me set up real quick. We'll make sure the tripod is not on the pavement whatsoever. Trying to make sure. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I'm trying to get this tripod to stay, but it's not staying. There we go. That works for me. There's really nowhere to put it so that way it's on an even ground. It's kind of leaning over. I don't like that at all. We might need to move here. Yeah, say we'll leave it like that. You need some duct tape? I fixed it for now. I mean, it'll be fine for now. I've got it nice and ground right now, so I think we're good. The place looks like a very scary place to live. No, it's not. It's a nice neighborhood. It's not a scary place to live at all. Instead of him coming down this way, he's probably going to turn out and go out the other way. I have no idea what that guy's doing. But at least he's leaving. I was stepping on the tripod, trying to get the tripod to stay on its, to open up more. You know how the tripod has legs that it sits on, and I was trying to press it down with my foot, but my big old clumsy foot put a little too much pressure on the tripod, and that just did it. So I kind of don't like to zoom in too much because then we can't really see the road. How we looking though? We clear? We clear? I think we're clear. I think we're good. Quality's good. I like the way the quality's looking right now. It's not the best because we are streaming from a phone, but it looks cool. It looks cool. Hey, much love, Jacqueline. I appreciate that. She says, I sent you Cash App. You did not have to do that, Jacqueline. I truly appreciate that. I'll see if I can look right now. But much love, Jacqueline. I appreciate that. Shout out Jacqueline here with the Cash App for $5. Much love, Jacqueline. Tanya, thank you so much as well. I think she cashed out $5 as well. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciated that. I appreciate that. Denise, thanks for the $5 as well on the Cash App. Much love, guys. Yep, love the road view. Sam says, yeah, indeed, I agree. Need to see that road. Yeah, we definitely do. Vision impairments? Sorry, almost legally blind? No, I'm sorry to hear that. Move so the truck doesn't have a clear vision on you. See if the truck moves. He already left, so we're not even going to sweat it. Criminal Network has a stream rolling for viewers to 2K witnesses. Nice. Let's send some money for the new tripod. Much love. You didn't have to do that, so you guys. Sorry, but I appreciate it. Yeah, well, what I did was instead of people sending money, that's why I thought that the Amazon wish list was a good idea. So that way, instead of sending me money, people could go on there and add whatever tripod they think is good. I added a couple on there that were affordable. They're obviously we got to get some durable ones for stuff like this that happens. We don't want to get just a janky tripod that's just going to break, because that's what I did when I went to Walmart. I got this tripod for like 20 bucks. So I think the next tripod's got to be a little bit better. It's only right. But if we have to for now, we'll get a tripod just like this one. But we're good. We're good. I made it work for now. Sam, I appreciate you becoming a member of the channel. Welcome aboard, Sam. Thanks for becoming a member. All the tubers, I think they got bored and tired that they're privileged. But thank you for staying. Yeah, I think a lot of the YouTubers that were here were also not local. They're not from here. So if I could also let them see the neighborhood through me, then I'll do that as well. But I feel like at some point in time, just like most of them have came back, there'll be a time and place where they'll be revisiting here again that pertains to this case. Valerie with the $10 super chat. Much love, Valerie. I appreciate you a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, people driving fast here. It always a couple of times people gotten pretty close to me and dang near hit me as well. So got to be careful around here. I notice a lot of people around here order a lot of Amazon. I see that a lot in this neighborhood. I appreciate everybody's support. I love all the positivity in the chat. Jay Wade says if the cops, I don't know what he meant, but he says if the cops, you peacefully request an officer in a marked vehicle. Did you mean to say if they come? Not sure. But if they do come and they address me and they ask for my ID again, like I said, I've been cooperative. I've done everything that they've asked me every single time. I can't say for sure that I'm going to comply with my ID because that guy was here yesterday. So the undercover that we saw was here. We could confirm it. It's the proof is in the pudding. It's on video. So I just hope that they don't make contact. I don't mind if they make contact with me, but if they ask for my ID again, I'm not giving them that again because they already are aware of who I am at this point. They know who I am. Now, I could understand if it was a different officer and I wasn't familiar with him, And that's the reason why I walked by as well, so I could kind of get an idea of what the officer looks like. Amazon. Sunflower says the neighbors has probably hired private security, watched theirs, an evil monster murderer out there and armed can strike again. Yeah, but to me, I think some of these people in the neighborhood are acting like that's not possible. But I don't know, for some people that did watch the stream, it was fairly late last night. But there was somebody, I want to say about 2 miles down from here, that live in apartments in the foothills that killed their wife and then off themselves. So there's still crime happening in the foothills right now. So, and I know it wasn't related. I'm not. I don't think it was at all. Just saying there was something that just happened. I think it was a couple days ago, which was kind of sad to hear. So my heart goes out to the family that's having to deal with that. Sue Ellen, you should have the sheriff's office do a speed check on these cars that are literally speeding by. From Donna. Yeah, they're not. They want these neighbors to be able to do what they want to do. They don't want to start for enforcing, you know, people speeding in the neighborhood. Somebody emailed me yesterday. They brought something to my attention in regards to what happened yesterday, and they were telling me that I should not only learn and understand my rights, but they were saying that I should have the officers cite that law, saying that I'm not allowed to be on the pavement at all, just for my own documentation. And I thought that was a good idea. So big shouts to who reached out. I don't want to say her name because a lot of the people that do reach out through email don't want their name shared here on stream. So I definitely could give them that respect. But that was a really good idea. And I think in the future, I might just have them do that just so I can understand what's really going on. Because as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that applies right now, according to any rule that's been enforced amongst the neighborhood, has been no parking. Anything beyond that, I don't really understand. I don't know why they're trying to add things to the list. Make sure you also get the exact ordinance and subcode number. That's the important one. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. I don't know what a subcode number is, but I guess I'll just ask for it. Maybe you mean like the subdivision that I'm in? Like, I'm not sure. I think all the other tubers. What? I don't know if I understand that one, Janessa. Mile High says I would be very careful not to piss off law enforcement. They have a tendency to abuse their power. Yeah, but we're recording. And then, I know some of them don't care, but we're recording, so we're good. I wouldn't say nothing. Don't give them any reason. No, I'm not saying me approaching them and saying anything. I'm saying if they make contact with me, and because they've already twice asked for me to identify myself, and normally with cops I'm always compliant. But if I'm approached again, that at this point it would be for sure, for certainty, it would be me being harassed at this point. Did I see Itten is headed back here to Tucson? It looked like he was at the airport in the video he did today. We might have to listen to that a little bit because they had He had interviewed a guy, and he has a couple interesting things to say. Mess Success says it'll be ordinance example 501, which is parking. Ah. Then 2C, which is neighborhood street. So 501, 2C, just an example. Okay, okay. That makes sense. Thank you for that. Solo says law enforcement has been very patient with the press and the YouTubers. I guess I could agree with that to a certain extent. But when I did park here the other day, well, I didn't even park. I said that wrong. When I arrived, I was going to get my chair out of the back, and he had pulled up on us, one of the officers that patrol the area. And he immediately got on his intercom and told us something. I couldn't even understand what he was saying, so I figured I'd walk up and approach him and let him know what was going on, which was I was getting out, putting my chair down, getting ready to get set up. And immediately he told me that I need to hurry up, pretty much. He told me that I can't park here, that I need to just hurry up and move. I don't know if you would say that's abuse as far as power, but there's nothing that's, to me, I don't think there would be anything that says we can't get dropped off right here. Oh yeah, and there's a time limit when you get dropped off. If you're there longer than 5 minutes, you're considered parking. Hey Trip, big welcomes by the way. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm saying this right. I want to say Chrisia Gregory. Thanks so much for continuing to be a member of the channel. I know you just became a member, but I appreciate it. She says 608 likes, 1,000 watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Indeed. Doesn't take Sue Ellen even 5 minutes to get out there. Man, tell me about it. And she's taking off. I don't know where she went, but that's none of my business. Let's see if Brian gets the straight. Good question. Or not even good question. Thanks for putting that out there. We'll see if Brian gets the same treatment once he gets back out here. Not at all. Like I said, I've been reading the comments. Somebody said that Brian Intent was also trespassing when he went in. Remember when he went in the backyard, and he was pretty much at that point, this is the comments in the chat, doing his own investigation. And he was just kind of showing the backyard, and he was saying that you could get to Mexico through a certain back way. But yeah, beyond a certain point in back of Nancy's, you would be trespassing. And I gotta be honest, it didn't look like he was a little too close to the backyard. And I believe those no trespassing signs are in the back as well. And I started to go back there today, but when I read that in chat, I was like, you know what? Nah, we're not gonna walk back there because I don't know beyond what point I would be trespassing, and I don't know what yard from any other properties extend over that would make it so that I'm on someone's property. I don't even want to take that risk at this point. Tennessee girl, big welcomes by the way. Thanks for the $20 super chat. She says, I own a security company and HOA hires us very often. He may just be security. Are you talking about the white truck? No, that was a sheriff. I saw the outfit. The outfit said sheriff on it. Yeah, 100% a sheriff, guys. I don't know if they waved at all. But I waved. Any updates? No updates as far as I'm concerned. I think we'll have another upcoming meeting. Excuse me. We'll have another upcoming meeting with Sheriff Nanos in May, and I have yet to confirm the actual date. But I will let everyone know because a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people know already, but I will make sure I put it out there when we do have an update. I want to pull up this video from the board meeting that 857 posted because it was a really good video. Because a lot of us weren't trying to watch a whole entire 4 hour, 5 hour board meeting just to hear a little bit of really not much news as far as Nanos. But somebody did send me the documents as well, so I might go over a couple of those. I still have to reread those because there was just so many documents. I know Criminal Network took to his live the other day and went over a lot of the documents. So go check his video out from yesterday if you want to check out what really happened in that board meeting. I guess they kind of got to an understanding. I'm trying to find this video just real quick so we can just listen to it.
Essentially, it is a placeholder, right, in case Sheriff Nanos responded to our request for a report in saying that he was going to come in person. However, we understood that he was going to submit something in writing. Administrator Lesher, I think you have an update for us.
Thank you very much, Chair Allen. About 20 minutes ago, we did receive a copy of the report. I've confirmed we sent it to each of you electronically. I just gave you a hard copy. It is posted on the County Administrator's website under County Administrator Memorandum 2026. The first item is the response from Sheriff Nanos. It does have a PDF response to all of those questions. We received it. We've distributed it. I've not yet read it. And I don't think anyone else has, but it did come in. It was due today. It has been received and it has been distributed and made available to the public on our website.
Do they even care? Do they even care? They received the because obviously Sheriff Nanos sent in those questions via internet, I suppose. But do they even care? I mean, they didn't even read it. They didn't even read it. Didn't even read it.
Thank you for jumping up and doing that immediately. So given that we've just received it, my colleagues, I'm going to propose that we continue this item to the next meeting so that we have time to review the responses and that we can resume the conversation discussion around it at our next meeting. Second. Seconded by Supervisor Hines. Any further discussion? All those in favor of continuing the item to our next meeting? Aye. Opposed? Continuation of the item passes 5-0. All right.
So that was pretty much it on the board meeting with Nanos. It's pretty much everything is gonna be discussed and I suppose reviewed in the next upcoming meeting. However, we were really looking forward to some type of something in this meeting, but there was nothing. So I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? I mean, it's another waiting game, just like the waiting game that we got going on with the DNA. So I guess we wait. We have no choice, right? Some people believe that it's going to turn into a whole big mess. Not. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It looks like Nanos is lawyered up, like a criminal. No, I'm joking. Let's not say that. But he's lawyered up. He's lawyered up, and that's what it seems at least. I'm not too sure, but it does seem like he's got a lawyer, which is smart. You know, you obviously would need a lawyer in this case. Um, and it seemed like in the beginning they weren't sure whether or not Nanos was going to show up. It seems like he was
Was
going to.
going to come in person. However, we understood that responded to our request for a report in saying that he was going to come in person. However, we understood that he was going to submit something in writing.
So what was the request? What was the request? You know, because apparently she said that he responded to the request. Is she pertaining to the questions, or did they insist that he come to court? You know, because it seemed like he had a. It obviously seems like he has a choice, and you know whether or not he needed to be present or not. So what are they talking about exactly? I don't know. I'm assuming that she's talking about the questions that need to be answered. But it looks like those were all submitted. And like we've talked about surrounding the questions, they've got to be answered to the supervisor's liking. So we'll see what that looks like. And hopefully we'll get those results in the next upcoming month, since we got to wait another month for results with Nanos. But I said this in the beginning, it's going to be one of those things that take a long time. It's not going to be something that's just easy. Considering there's a lot of circumstances that he needs to meet to even become, to even be where he's at now. It seems like it's not an easy position to get. But I mean, considering a lot of the things that were overlooked amongst Nanos as far as his background, it seems like to me that it is that easy. Because we're discovering all of these things about Sheriff Nanos, and come to find out, based on everything that we've learned about Nanos in this course of this 81 days, he shouldn't even have been hired. He shouldn't even have been hired. Shouldn't even have been hired, guys. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't know why they even brought this guy in. And it's almost like they didn't even check. There's that undercover again. Braking, slowing down traffic. Slow him down. He's speeding. Slow his ass down. It's almost like he was just highly fake. You know, it didn't matter what his background was. The sheriff department never even looked at that at all. Got the sheriff down there. It looks like he's turning around. He looked at me odd, almost as if he wanted to stop and make contact with me. So here we go, guys. We'll see what happens. We're out here again this week, talking about the case. Visiting the memorial site. Looking around through the neighborhood. And it looks like he parked on the side of the road again. So he just backed up there and parked on the side of the road, from what I can see. So now he's kind of like hiding off to the side of the road to where we can't even see him at this point. He went to Starbucks. Good one, Sharon. Good one. Man's went and got him a coffee. Call Alex, let him know Perp is watching. Crazy Mama says, used to be like you are. Maybe just being paranoid now. Sorry. Nah, I'm not. Maybe you were being a little paranoid. I'm good. Now I'm going to be the same person I am. I'm keep talking and talk about him at the same time. He's not bothering me at all. Whether or not he's watching the stream, that would be a good question to ask. You know, I don't know if he's sitting there watching the stream at all. But if he is, he knows we're watching him too. So But we're not worried about him. There's nothing for him to come up and talk to me about. He could talk to me about the case. That's for sure. Trying to pull up the chat here. I lost it. So I feel like at this point they might be just observing me to see maybe even how long I'm going to be here today. Maybe it might be problematic if I'm here in the nighttime. Maybe that could be an issue. I'm not too sure. We're going to move. Out of sight, out of mind. You know why we're going to move? Because we want to see the sunset a little bit. We can't see it again. It went down. It's all right. It's a nice view. I don't know, Sue Ellen might get mad because we're facing her house right now, so maybe this isn't the best of ideas. And I hope my tripod's, I thought I had it good, but it looks like it might just fall over, so I'm gonna probably just hold on to it. Mountains look pretty with the sun. Yeah, you can't really see the mountains from here, but the other way you can see the mountains pretty decent. Bear with me, folks. My tripod is giving me hell right now, so I'm gonna have to really hold this thing for now. Trying to pull up chat so I don't miss it. Are we still clear here? I don't know. I'm not getting any service. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sorry, we echoed for a second, guys, since I had to hear. Did you park at CVS or somewhere, or will your girlfriend pick you up, Juice? I actually got dropped off near the CVS, and then I walked here just to take you guys on a little walk through the neighborhood. I wanted to walk for a second. I didn't want to just get out and just sit here. I had her drop my chair off. But yeah. Here's somebody walking this way. Do you know Sue Ellen like JLR does? No, I don't. I haven't never made contact with Sue Ellen. Maybe one time, but I don't know for sure if it was even her. Because I think she only has one car. She drives a Prius, so. Mike, by the way, welcome. I see you in the chat here. TrueCon Sleuth, welcome aboard, by the way. Malbell, big welcomes. Have a wonderful day. Welcome back. Nice to see some familiar names in the chat. See a lot of familiar names, so welcome back, folks. Yeah, sound is good. Sound is definitely good. We're gonna get a glimpse of the road because I hear a car coming my way. I don't know for sure that it's him or not. And which it is. It's a problem. It's a problem that he can't see me. So apparently he needs to change positions because I'm out of sight, out of mind. So it bothered him that he couldn't see me anymore. Interesting, right? I'll move the camera. I won't get you guys on camera. Sorry about that. So we'll probably move back, guys. We'll probably go back the other way. And go have a seat. don't know where this guy went. They didn't want to be on camera at all. It's a nice little sunset view, though. Just can't really see the sun. Have you ever been on JLR's chat? They shit on all the other streamers, so I guess they are not classy. I've been there before, Denise. I don't know if you're talking to chat or me, but I've been there before many times. We're back in our seat. Nice and windy too. I'm gonna put the tripod right next to me so it doesn't fall over. I'm afraid it'll fall. Watch, he's gonna come back. Yeah, it almost looks like you can mistake him for some type of security in the neighborhood, but it's not. It's actually a sheriff. I saw the badge and I saw the sheriff on the sheriff jacket that they wear, or shirt. So for certain, he's sheriff, folks. It's not security at all. Definitely on an undercover type of role tonight, for sure. Sunset's beautiful. Yeah. Did you guys? If you guys want to see the sunset, we could just stay kind of locked in on the sunset. We don't have to. We got plenty of time to look at the site here. But like I said, if you guys want to see the sunset, we could definitely kind of keep eyes on the sunset until it kind of goes down. I don't mind at all. Now, if that's somebody posing as an officer, that's kind of sad. That's kind of messed up. The juice is very careful that white truck is odd. Why would a sheriff be out there just because you are one sheriff vehicle undercover stalking you more than any have to any streamers previously? Yeah, it's weird. And I'm not somebody who, I know a lot of people will probably do it for me, especially those people that are black, but I'll just say it because I already know someone's going to say it. But I also feel like, I don't feel like this, actually. Let me not say it like that. It could be different. People think that it could be different for me because I'm black. So because I'm black, I could be having these type of experiences versus like when Brian Enton comes out here, he won't have these type of issues. Not only that, Brian Enton is a actual journalist as well. So I mean, he kind of is licensed to be out here doing this, but that doesn't separate us from being able to have the limitations that we both have. We both still have the same limitations. The same things that apply to me apply to people like Brian Enton. So I don't know. I don't know if it's that. I'm not saying it's the racial thing. I don't believe it is. I've never experienced that out here as far as, you know, being racially profiled. That's one thing I could say that makes Tucson great. You know, I know a lot of people experience things like that who are African American. But for me, I have a tendency to not believe that I'm racially profiled by police officers because I've just never dealt with that at all. Something makes me feel odd when even when I say that the cop is harassing me. There's just a slight doubt in my mind that makes me feel like I could be wrong about them harassing me. You know, only because the neighbors here feel like I'm harassing the community by being here. We already got the plate. We walked by on the way back from passing the guy. So I already got the plate on stream. I didn't write it down, but I got it. And I'll check. I'll go back and just to check to see if I was able to read the plate, because I feel like the stream was really clear at that time when we passed the truck. So we'll just confirm to see if it's clear enough for us to get an eye on the plate. Maybe I didn't actually get a good look at it. But it's okay, because if he's working this area, they'll know who was working this area. But I don't know, though, because all of the shady things that have gone on, maybe they'll act like they won't know what sheriff was in this area, working this area at all. Yeah, I think I got the plate. The stream is just showing in 360p right now. But I think we got a good glimpse of the plate, and it was actually clear when we were headed back to sit down over here. But if you go back to, let me know if you guys can get it. 41:33 is the timestamp on the video when we pass the, maybe you guys can get a good eye on it. I can't get a good eye on it. I'm not going to spend time trying to figure out if I could read the plate or not. But it's almost readable, but not quite. But if it gets that serious, we could get that plate. It's clear enough. Look, here we go. They'll go after Denise. Sonny says, oh, I'm not going to read that. You guys are, everybody's having a real big issue with Denise. I'm not too sure what's up with Denise or what's going on or why everybody's calling her out. It seems like I missed it every time. And I'm someone who kind of likes to let the chat flow and let everybody kind of express their opinions. But Denise, we're gonna give you just a 10-minute timeout for just a second, because I don't know what's going on. I don't want to sit up here and try to figure out who's doing something wrong in chat. We're grown. We're all grown here. But just to stop all the commotion for a second, we'll just take a 10-minute break. And I only say that because it's been every single night about Denise, and I don't know what she's doing or what's going on. I don't want to sit up here trying to investigate Denise, going back and looking at the chats, trying to see what's going on. But if everyone's saying something, something's going on. And I'm not trying to stop you from coming back. I just, you know, let's just take a 10-minute break, because, you know, seems like a whole lot of commotion going on. So. And it seems like a lot of people in chat have her blocked. But guys, you guys hold the option to have her blocked. So we kind of really don't need mods if you guys can block somebody. So that kind of goes to show you're in control of your own self. So if you choose to engage in drama, then that's your choice. Hey, Blue Catskill, by the way, welcome back. Good to see you back in the chat. Moonlight, welcome, by the way. Big hellos, Moonlight. Says, hey, everyone. Miss Janessa says, if you don't have nothing nice to say, yeah, don't say it. If you don't got nothing nice to say, maybe don't say it. Maybe not say it. Or maybe just say it and just let it go. You know, don't drag it on. Carla J, welcome, by the way. I'm just seeing some faces or, you know, some names in the chat that I'm not familiar with. So welcome to those of you guys I really haven't seen too much or too often. Maybe I have, but I just don't remember. Big hellos. I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. I didn't even get a chance to see if everybody wanted to get a view of this of the sun, but it's pretty much down at this point, and the only good view that I see is the mountain, which would take us away from being able to see the actual site and the house, which I don't mind though if we take a little view at the mountain for a second. Elisa says, "I'm sorry, Juice, are treating you this way. The family's racist." It's fine. It's totally fine. And if I'm doing something wrong, I'll take the rap for it. I'll take the rap. But they gotta prove that I'm wrong, you know. But if I'm doing something wrong, whatever. I will own up to that. I will definitely take full responsibility and accountability for my actions if I did something wrong here. Gene, big welcomes, by the way. Gene, I think is it Talent? Talent? Does anybody else watch Lady Zelda? She says. I don't know. I haven't heard of that before. Sounds familiar though. Kathleen says, I don't think it's racial profiling due to they are looking to get the streamers if they were out there too. It felt like it totally though, but Nano's after any and all streamers. But why? Why would Nanos, why would that be his mission right now? And I get it, you know, that's one thing I could honestly say that's a challenging thing for the sheriff department is the fact that they have to focus on making the community happy and also, you know, bringing this case to conclusion, you know, finding the perp, finding Nancy. They've got a lot of things on their hands. Let's not overlook that at all. But I just feel like there's other solutions, you know. I don't feel like I just feel like there could have been a better solution than enforcing a parking rule. I'm all for them having more police patrolling within the foothills area. I'm okay with officers coming up and making contact with me, you know. What I'm not okay with is them trying to make it seem like I'm doing something wrong or addressing something that I've been doing the entire time. And I've encountered several officers passing by and they haven't had anything to say at all. But it's always, you get this one cop, you know, you always get this one cop. There's Sue Ellen going home. Sue Ellen is home. Hello, Sue Ellen. But you always get this one cop that's always going to be a douche, you know, and that's fine. That's fine. Just don't let it happen too many times because I'm not going to let them just continue to do stuff that in my mind doesn't feel like it's right. But everything that they're doing, I'm truly fine with it. It doesn't bother me at all. But I'm definitely going to make sure I'm aware of what's going on. And luckily I have you guys here so you guys can also bring other things that I'm not aware of to my attention. And I'm also going to make sure you guys are aware of my surroundings because you guys are here with me. So, you know, but there's just certain things that cross the line for me. Only simply because I feel like there's a lot more things that are far more important than enforcing a traffic rule in a neighborhood that's not even going to last a long time. And it's really not doing anything at all, really, in reality. The media, most of the media was already gone before this was even enforced. They were already gone. He didn't, in my eyes, he didn't run anybody out of this neighborhood. Because anybody who still feels like they want to come and do a report or do something in the neighborhood, they're going to come. I feel like the media, a lot of the media has given up on this. You know, I feel like it's most of us YouTubers that are trying to continue to keep this alive. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of other, there's still a lot of people out there continuing to support the case and talk about the case. And I think News Nation is one of them. KOV4 here, local, KOVA, Channel 4 News, they're still talking about it, but they're not talking about it as much. And when they do talk about it, it's very short. And that just could be because there's not much going on with the case. But that doesn't mean there are not many, many things to talk about to keep this alive, to keep the chains moving. But based on everything that we've seen go on in this case that's been presented to us, that's happened right in front of our eyes, I'm not going to let this just fade away. I can't. I can't just let this fade away. And I know I'm not going to be out here forever here at Nancy's house. This case isn't going to last forever. And I'm pretty sure the people like the sheriff department that are helping out and patrolling the area are fully aware of that as well. I don't even know why they're so adamant to enforce this rule when they're at the end of the day they're not even happy with their sheriff. They're not even happy. That doesn't mean don't do your job, but they're not even happy. Why do these guys even believe in what's happening right now? I don't get that. Like, why are they so adamant to really push and enforce this rule? And we could take into consideration that they're doing it for this community, for the neighbors, for all the complaints, to kind of quiet the neighbors down and maybe bring less complaints amongst the neighborhood. Yeah. But when you're older, which a lot of this area has mostly older people, you're aware of how the media works. These people aren't young. They know what's going on. They know how the media is. Have a wonderful day. Says, thank you, Juice. Why don't you and Alex come out again? Yeah, it would be nice. Alex been kind of he's been really into his StreamYard, trying to get used to his new computer life at home. I'm very familiar with the computer, so I definitely got to get StreamYard. I think we definitely should start taking calls. I know a lot of you guys don't really like, some of you guys don't like calls. But I think it would be nice to have a conversation with some people that do, and just kind of let everybody vent on the platform. And I love listening to what other people have to say, because it helps my theory and it helps me gain ideas. We're not doing calls right now, Nana. I know you're probably one of those people, I think, if I remember, you don't like calls. We're not doing calls, but I'm saying in the future, we definitely should consider it. Now, I'm not going to do calls for 5 hours straight, but I definitely should consider taking it, taking it up on the channel. Hey, Ramona, by the way, good to see you in the chat. She says the old folks here don't have a life at all. I think they do. I think a lot of them have life. I know when you get older, you get bored and you run out of a lot of things to do. But I think some of these people keep themselves busy, like Sue Ellen. Don't know where she's coming and going all the time. Not that it's my business, but she seems like she's a loner and she never has anybody with her. So she's definitely a lonely older lady. Guys, if you guys haven't watched Monk and Tree, Check him out. He's always got some interesting insights on the case. He did an inverted um, video with the perp, and it kind of focuses on the eyes. And I thought it was cool to kind of see the inverted video because you get a really good look at how the eyes look and what they're looking at, how many times they blink. Because I know a lot of us believe that the perp was under the influence of something. But in this video, it's a really good video because it kind of demonstrates what he's actually looking at or whether or not he's looking around. And I could kind of tell upon the approach at the door, he was looking using his peripheral vision.
That whole time, then what the hell if, aka staged? If we are to believe that his sole focus was on that doorbell camera that whole time, then what the hell is this move now?
Kind of tough to see.
I'm about to knock, and then suddenly noticing the cameras is all a put on, leaning towards a performance to create a narrative, aka staged. If we are to believe that his sole focus was on that doorbell camera that whole time, then what the hell is this move now? I'm about to knock, and then suddenly noticing the camera, it just looks awkward now. If we know he had his eyes directly on those infrared lights just a moment ago, coupling this with his inability to cover up the world's tiniest lens, I mean, look at this part again. He is resting his right hand on that doorbell camera. Am I not right? Why is he doing this? If he had just moved his hand just a little lower, right? Just a little lower, he would cover up that entire lens easily, which leads me to believe that he was not attempting to block the camera. I think he was attempting to dislodge it with one hand on top, and then, the bottom is attempting to find maybe a crevice, a gap to yank on. And that's what I'm coming to believe that he is attempting to do, or leading us to believe he is doing, because like I mentioned before, there is no way this guy is thinking of breaching that security gate. So why is he there? And of course, that building a nest on a nest situation just boggled all our minds, okay? It's an act that I'm pretty sure we've all lost a little bit of sleep over, because it's an act that has...
Yeah, obviously some of the stuff that he says you're not going to agree with. I know there's some things that he does say that I don't even agree with. Because at one point in the video, he points out the tattoo. And for a moment, I wanted to believe that wasn't an actual tattoo, because he says that it's the glove, because the glove, it goes past the wrist. If you notice his hand on the other side, it's going all the way past the wrist, all the way into the sleeve. So you can't see any skin on that left hand. And it's the right hand if you're facing him. Well, if the Ring camera's facing him, it would be his right hand, but it's his left hand. I don't know. The tattoo, it doesn't look like it's a tattoo. These AI videos are very or not even videos. The pictures that are converted over into AI to make them more realistic I have to say, there's one particularly that doesn't really help at all, because it looks absolutely nothing like the perp in real time on the surveillance video. So try not to look at the AI pictures too much, because it will throw you off. But in the video, for me, in real time, the perp looks like he's white. But when you look at the AI video or the AI perspective, it looks like the perp could be Hispanic or maybe Italian, whatever. But it doesn't look like he's white to me when you look at the AI version. He just looks like two completely different nationalities to me. But yeah, I just thought that video from Monk was interesting because he pointed out some some interesting things that kind of helps us land our plane a little bit based on what we think about when we think about certain things about the perp, as far as especially like with him being on drugs. I mean, he was determined, he was focused for sure. He blinked one time on the approach to the ring camera, and after that, I don't think he blinked again. Here's the part with the tattoo. I'm going to just show this real quick.
But ever since then, I've only become more convinced that it's not a tattoo. And here is why, okay? So we can safely assume that this guy is not mixing and matching his gloves in terms of size. They're all coming from the same box. And he's wearing gloves that do appear just a tad larger than his hands and his fingers are, and possibly he's layering two gloves together. Okay, so in general, he does appear to have doubled up on everything that he's wearing to hide his frame, okay? Just look at this clip where his left hand is very active, fondling the bottom of the camera. You can see that the glove extends well beyond into his sweater sleeve. If they're the same size, then the right hand should be just as tucked under and as deep. Now, here's the frame of the tattoo that we've all seen. But have you seen this clip scrubbed slowly backwards and forward? Because that whole portion where the tattoo is supposed to be, from what I can see, is still the glove. And I'm convinced of it. And I'm not here to convince anybody else, okay? I'm just here to point out what I see. So, however, you guys do need to know that I did very well in art class. And if you ask me, that is a form shadow. So I happen to believe that we're looking at just more glove. And even if you happen to believe that we are seeing his skin, I will say that you are still looking at more form shadow on his skin.
I don't know, chat. What do y'all think? Y'all think that is the glove, or you think that's still? Do you still believe that that's a tattoo? Is it a glove, or is it a tattoo? Something tells me to lean in the tattoo area more so than it being a glove, because of the shadows. There's just those shadows there that don't necessarily look like glove crevices or creases, however you want to put it in words. But if you know when you put on a glove, it doesn't sit straight like something ironed like clothes. You know, it's obviously got a lot of creases in it. It looks wrinkly. And if you notice that dark area right there where the glove is at, it just seems like that still appears to me to be some type of tattoo. But when you look at the AI image, it definitely makes a difference. But the AI image might not be valid. I don't know. I just can't say with the AI image, because of just how the perp looked with the AI image that we saw. It did not align with the actual suspect that we saw on surveillance in real time at all. So I don't know if that same thing applies to the tattoo. But anyway, I just thought that I would bring that to you guys' attention, just to see what you guys' thoughts were.
Colors and stuff, and
with
let's just
the
but colors
tattoo.
And stuff, and let's just stick.
But that is the AI version of the tattoo, from what I believe. And then when you look at this version, again, he looks like he could be Hispanic, Italian, anything but white. Just it's not, I'm not seeing a white person with that photo. I'm seeing more like an Hispanic skin tone. Someone told me to walk up the hill. I'm not finding that to be a very good idea, knowing that Sue Ellen is home. However, because you've asked, I'm going to take you up on your request. Also, I forgot to say something the last time we went up this hill. I was mentioning it, whether or not the car that was used as a getaway when they did kidnap Nancy, whether or not they parked up here, because some people believe that the perp parked up here. But if he did, we've learned, and I believe DGL was the one who said it, but don't quote me on it, that no one lives in this house right here that we're literally facing right now. No one lives here. We also learned with DGL going and using the drone that a pool is being built in the back of this very house right here. And it appears to me no one lives here. But I wanted to point out that there could be a possibility that the undercover's passing me by and I'm walking up here. There could be a possibility that the perp backed into here. This would be the perfect spot to back into and just hang out until whatever's done down there is done. Just pull up right in here, back right in. So could that have been a spot that was utilized for the perp? Because logically, if it's me and I put myself there, I'm not parking anywhere in here. Because if someone's parked in here, it could possibly be a little suspicious if somebody parks in here in this roundabout. I called it the wraparound the last time we were here. That thing gave me an idea that she could have been carried out in that. Although I don't think she was carried out in anything. I think she was carried out by hand. And it was also with the help of other individuals. It wasn't just, you know, one guy. But that particular area right over there, to me, would be the best area to park and back up in. The white truck definitely watching me? Yeah. He just passed by right now. Just a second ago. So, I just figured I would express that and show you guys that. There's not really much of a sunset. The sky is beautiful though. It really is. I don't know if I feel comfortable enough sticking around up here because we have Sue Ellen's house over there. So yeah, I don't know. That'll be a good idea. But
with what the FBI.
That would be a potential theory, though, with this general area right here as far as parking. It would be perfect to park right here. Back right in. That house looks like it's on the other side. This yard looks like it may go into this yard. Like this yard is their property. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. But that yard right there looks like it would be the perfect spot for the perp to be in. And Alex said that Sue Ellen doesn't park in her front house, in the front of the house. So when she's parked out here, you can't see her car. And I agree. And there's two houses here. It's not just one. And I don't know which one she lives at, but there is no car out front. There's no car at all. So he was right. His what he said checks out, because she just got home and there's no one parked in the front. So she wraps around through the back so no one can see the car. So that was true. What can they do legally? Nothing. Yeah, no, nothing. We're not going to hang up here too long. I just wanted to come up here because someone asked. And yeah, we just wanted to do a little walk around real quick. Most cops, I think they get off of work about 10 o'clock. So I'm assuming that this sheriff that's patrolling this area is not going to leave this area until that time. But he's definitely on to something. He's on to me for sure. Not on to something. He's on to me trying to figure out what I'm doing. C9, I wouldn't just be saying stuff like that in the chat. I don't even want to read that because I don't know if that's true or not. As long as you don't put a chair in the street, you're fine, says Sandra. Yeah, I could agree. I could agree. I mean, we're not in the middle of the road. He's back down there, parked on the end of the road. Yeah, we'll just kind of casually kind of walk back and forth a little bit too. I'll call for my ride here, so that way my ride's en route, because it is getting dark out here, so it is getting closer to time to go. But we'll just kind of casually walk back and forth and kind of look at the site, so we're not just sitting in the middle of the road. We'll make sure we stay on this side of the road. We cannot be in the pavement whatsoever. Otherwise, we're going to get approached by an officer. So we can't do that. Let me get my hotspot on. But I was glad I was able to, I was really glad I was able to sit out here with you guys for a couple hours here, because lately I've been coming late, and I still stay about 2-3 hours regardless, but lately I've been coming super late, and a lot of us don't really get a chance to kind of see the sunset, even though we didn't watch it much today. But I think earlier works better. That way, if we decide to spend a little more time out here, we're not worried about time, because it's not necessarily on our side when it's dark out here. I know a lot of people get nervous for me when I'm out here in the dark. Right, I couldn't agree with that rule for sure. Hey, much love Tennessee Girl for the $10 super chat. She says, when you get picked up, keep us streaming and come back a few minutes later so to see if the white truck leaves. Just curious. Let's do it. Let's do it, Tennessee Girl. Let's do it. So when my ride gets here, we won't leave. We won't leave off stream. We won't go. We won't end the live. We'll take off and then just roll back through and see if he's still there. Good idea. There's no doubt in my mind he's watching the stream right now. No doubt. It's not that hard to find. It wouldn't be that hard to find at all. No doubt in my mind this guy's watching the stream. He's listening to every word right now. So if you are, come over here and have a conversation with me. Let's talk about the case. Or let's just have a conversation. Let's chat. Since you're allowed to park here as an officer and no one else is, come over here and have a conversation with me. Let's chat. I'm lonely. I'm not lonely, but I'm lonely. Never lonely with all you guys in here. Yeah, like the stream, guys. Like it up. Let's get this thing to 1,000 likes. Let's get it there. We are currently at 902 likes right now, 903. Let's get it up to 1,000. Let's see if we could get it to 1,000 before we get out of here. I believe we can. Hey, Jamie Cook, thanks so much for the $5 Trooper chat. She says, if they are in the chat, come on over. Yeah, oh my God. Dude, are you trying to hit me? Jesus Christ. That was close, buddy. It might not have looked close on camera, but that was close. Pull that guy over. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. That was close. That looked close on camera. Y'all saw that. My goodness. That's what I'm saying. Just said that earlier. You know what? On the Amazon wish list thing, I threw some reflectors on there since it was you guys' idea. I think they're like $7. I might end up purchasing them at the end of the week for myself. Kind of like, a street crossing guard for schools. That's what the reflectors look like, the jackets that, I don't know if you guys have any better jackets in mind, but that's what they look like, the ones that I saw. So you will be seeing me in one of those things soon, whether it's at Nancy's or for another case. So yep, he's still sitting down there. Put a light over here on the side here. Nice. Love it. I mean, you could come right over here and visit the memorial site with me. We could talk about Nancy. We don't even have to talk about the case. Just come on over, have a conversation. You're bored. You have nothing to do. You're not patrolling right now, as we were told. Obviously we were lied to. Apparently they've upped the enforcing in the neighborhood, so there's supposed to be more cops patrolling throughout the Catalina foothills based on what's been going on or reports or neighborhood complaints. So if that's the case, right now he should probably be patrolling around the neighborhood, not just sitting in one area. There's nothing over there. There's nothing to do over there. There's nothing to see over there. He can only be over there doing one thing and one thing only. That would be watching me. I hope that's not Richard. Richard could come have a conversation with me too, I guess. D Long says, is that Richard? That is law enforcement. That is law enforcement. That is the sheriff. Hey, John, big welcomes, John Feld. So notice, guys, that truck has been here almost the entire time from the moment that I've got here. He's been here. He left for about 30 minutes and came back, and he's sitting in the same spot again. Would it be safe to make contact and maybe ask him what he might be doing in the neighborhood? We definitely, obviously, probably have some type of law enforcement in the chat for sure. I'm just kind of just chilling right now. I'm looking at the chat. Did you guys hear that? Listen, 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 listen. I know you guys just heard that right now. What was that? Sounded like somebody like on an intercom talking, but next to the site somewhere or something. I don't know where that was coming from. What was that? Oh man, I hope I can hear that in the background. That was the most oddest, weirdest thing. And I'm not trying to like steer you guys in the wrong way. Wow, Cassandra, you did not have to do that. I appreciate you, Risha. Thanks for the $20 Cash App, Cassandra. Thanks for the $50 Cash App as well. My goodness, guys. You guys are a blessing. Sharon Lee Gilbert with the $35 Cash App. Gosh, you guys are insane. You guys did not have to do that at all. Much, much love, guys. God bless you all. I am hearting every single one just to let you guys know I seen it and I got it. Thanks a lot. 1,000 Club. We have officially made it to 1,000 likes, guys. Yes. Couldn't have done it without you guys being here with me here at Nancy's. Listen, listen, listen. Let's just be quiet for a second. Somebody's messing around on their Ring camera or something. It almost sounds like a cop radio or a cop on the intercom. I really like this picture right over here, guys. Let's make sure we get off the pavement. This picture I really like here. We might be able to hear that sound more if he does it again or whoever's doing that or something. I don't know if somebody's messing with me or what. No, somebody's like talking through something or something. It's definitely not like a security system. Juice, you have to walk back to your car when you're done. We need to know who's in that truck in case something happens. You are out there alone. Think smart, collect evidence, tell truck man about. And I don't know what else you said there. But I like this picture right here, Nancy. In all three. Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. As it kind of gets dark with that truck just sitting there, I know it's a sheriff, but I am getting a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm kind of ready to go at this point. Just because it is gonna get dark and it's pitch dark, I'm actually gonna go over there and grab my light so I can point it around and see around me. I'm usually more comfortable here when I'm by myself and there's nobody around. But I'm honestly not feeling too safe with that guy just sitting in the truck down there like that. I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't understand why he's sitting here surveillancing me. And I don't mind at all, but I just don't get it. I'm definitely not going to go sit down. That's for sure. I don't even feel comfortable sitting down. ready to go. Yep. I hope she hurries up because I'm ready to get out of here. She had texted me and said she's on the way, but I didn't get a chance to check how far she was. I'm gonna walk around a little bit. I just don't know why he's still there. I don't know what they're waiting for. I just honestly think that at this point they're just trying to find a reason to just come over here and engage in some type of contact with me. That's the only thing that I would believe. Or he's just trying to run me out of the neighborhood. We're still coming back. We're still gonna be back. I'm not leaving for good. We're still coming back. Now that it looks like he pulled out into the middle of the road, and now he's coming down this way. Not too sure what his intent is driving this direction now. Maybe he's on his way out. Maybe he's leaving or something. I don't know. Not too sure.
Have a good one. Be safe.
All right, you too. Are you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. You too. Take care.
All right. Appreciate you.
Yep. What the? Now you want to come and say something, huh? It's weird. What are you doing, man? You guys saw the computer in there. I couldn't even ask him a question. I didn't even know what to say. I was gonna ask him if he was like what he was like, who he was with, just to confirm. But I couldn't get the word out. I was just a little nervous. That was odd. I guess he's going home. I'm not too sure. He left slowly. Kind of a common voice to me. I mean, he kind of sounded like he was he was in uniform though. He definitely had a sheriff-looking outfit on. From what I saw when I passed him earlier, it looked like it said sheriff. I clearly saw that. It said sheriff on the shirt. I saw the computer in there set up the same way all of the patrol cars are set up. Sounded like he didn't speak English. No, he spoke perfect English for sure. He told me, all right, have a good night. Obviously he's listening because he knew he knew we were talking about him. He just knew I knew. No one's gonna just come up and just say, oh, all right, have a good night. I don't understand. A cop watching me for the past 2.5 hours, and then just rolls by out of nowhere after watching for like 2.5 hours and just says, have a good night. What? But he did say stay. I think he said have a good night. I don't remember. I think he said stay safe. I don't remember, man. I couldn't think at the time. My goodness. You heard him loud and clear? Okay. He said good night, stay safe. All right. We good. I don't know. He was kind of spooking me out for a second there. We're good. I feel better alone. I don't really like no one sitting in a truck out here like that. You can't trust anybody nowadays. And I damn sure can't trust the sheriff department right now. I'm sorry. I just have no faith in the sheriff department right now. No trust at all. And especially the way I feel about this case right now, I just don't have any faith. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. And like part of my theory is the fact that Nanos could possibly be covering up for somebody. And based on his history, it's shown that he's kind of letting a deputy or two get away with some things they shouldn't have got away with. So it kind of like I just keep that in mind. All right. Let's do the test real quick. Let's do the test. And I hope you guys can see this. We'll do the test again. We've done it like 3 times, 4 times. Let's do the test again. All right. There's the light. Let's put a little bit of light on it. Just a little bit. Remember, the sign does not reflect light, or it does not reflect unless light is hitting it. There is the front door, the creepy front door. Let's see if we can get a good, it's hard to see from here. All right, there's that creepy front door. Now that we've seen what's occurred at this door, there's the creepy looking front door. We are literally facing pretty much, if we go over a couple steps over from here, which we can't see because of the trees, which makes it even more interesting of a theory. Which also makes it even more interesting as well, as one thing we didn't mention is these trees are blocking some of the line of sight on that sign. So that would mean if that sign is in the back of the perp in the video, that these trees are blocking it beyond a certain point. And I think it's blocking the no part. So right at the very top, that no part is being blocked. I am spooked out right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like really spooked out. I don't know why tonight. I'm spooked. Every time I see something move, I'm I don't feel right now. I don't know what it is. I gotta go. I gotta go today. I'm sorry. I'm usually not like this, but I got to get out of here today. But anyway, that light, that door, we're right pretty much in the lines of the door. We're pretty much at the cutoff point of the Ring camera. I don't think the Ring camera really can go beyond this point here. You know, I think it pretty much stops about at this cactus right here. But remember, these trees are here. All of these trees are here. And the Ring camera is not gonna see through all of these trees, okay? It's not. So in these trees that we're looking at, there's a certain cutoff point in between these trees. But you can still see from where her door is at through some of these trees. But remember, those trees are blocking some of that sign. It's not just that tree alone. So you have to consider these trees here. So let's take a step back. This is a close-up of what it kind of looks like from Nancy's door. Let's go over a little bit. Now we're facing exactly just about how her Ring camera faces. There's the lights that we see in the back on the house to the left of the sign. So this house is on the left when you're facing Nancy's house. That is the house. It's not Sue Ellen's house. It is that house. Right where my light is traveling. It is that house. Now, remember, there are lights to the right of that sign in the video. Those are those lights over there that you see in the background of the perp. That is another house. And that is the house that we saw when we walked up the hill. And I was telling you that the suspect could have parked there. That very part leads up to that house over there where my light is shining. What may be reflecting the light in the dark, if we take away the light, I don't know. That's the questionable part for me. Because I don't see any reflection at night whatsoever reflecting off of that side. And I know a lot of us believe that there could be a car in the background at the time that the perp was here. But I have to say, that sign is it. It is not a car. Because we are facing literally just how Nancy's door faces. It does not face vertical to the road. If we were vertical to the road, it would look more like this. But because Nancy's front door faces this way, this is how it looks. Now, if you want to compare, I will compare it tonight when I go live, and we'll compare this view to the actual perp's view and see what we come up with. To your left, Juice, was two lights behind the perp. For me, from what I remember, this is what it looked like. This was the you know, there is a street sign there. But again, it leads to me to question what light could possibly be reflecting off of what is reflectable out here. Because the only two things that are reflectable is this sign and the street names. Otherwise, if nothing is reflecting off anything sign-wise that's reflectable, it is a car. But the highly questionable thing to me is, what and where is that light coming from? Why are we seeing reflection off of a sign? That is why I could also believe that it could be a car as well. But I'm leaning in the direction more so that it is not, and it is the sign. That is the theory, my friends. I don't know what else we're missing here, but that is my theory on it. That's my take on it. That door. Yeah, I mean, it looks exactly like, it gives me goosebumps because it looks exactly like it looked in the video, just about beyond the trees, because the trees are in the way. So we're not getting the exact view of what Nancy would see from that Ring camera, although we have it anyways. We're way beyond where that door is. But this is almost exactly what it looks like from the lights that we see in the background. As far as any street lamps go, there's no street lamps at all. And from what I know, Nancy didn't have any lights on the porch that night. Upon, when that perp was walking up to that door, it clearly looked like there was no lights at all. Full moon reflection, I don't know if I can consider that at all, because that's not logical. There's a full moon reflection. A moon doesn't really reflect off of a sign. Wow, beautiful stars. Beautiful, beautiful stars tonight. That long, creepy driveway. Everything's creepy at this house now. Waiting for Alex to show up and boo. Yeah, Alex is gonna pull up on me tonight, scare the crap out of me, and just say sauce. Sauce. He's gonna say, I got you. Sauce. And then just drive off. Orderly way. Sauce. That guy kills me every time with that, man. Oh man, I'm sorry guys, I had to do it. Love the guy, man. Good guy, man. If you haven't tuned in to Alex, check him out. Criminal Networks is the name. But that's my theory, guys. That's pretty much all I have as far as the theory with the lights in the background. As far as any lamps, if somebody might have said something in chat, but I might have missed it. I'm gonna come down here a little bit. We'll go get some batteries tomorrow for the light as well. I can't wait for the day. If we get that day, if I take the opportunity to walk on that porch, because I am going to get a day. There is going to become a time where this house is for sale and give us the opportunity to walk around the property just to see what we didn't see. But I feel like we've covered pretty much everything surrounding this entire house, for the most part. But I think that day will come where we all get to really like see a walk around the house. Not only that, we may even be able to meet up with somebody at some point and go inside of the home and just see what it looks like. Because I think we all wonder what it looks like, where the rooms are at, where the kitchen is at, where is the living room. We've all seen pictures. I know we've seen a lot of pictures. We're aware of a lot of where things are at. But I just want to see certain things, how the garage works. You know, I know they all pretty much probably work the same, but you know, maybe where was that button at when the garage was open? Was a clicker used? You know, there's probably a code from what I've heard. There's a code that you could enter. Maybe perhaps you forgot your clicker. Who knows? But just little things that we didn't get to see and that we were curious of. It would be nice to get that day. But until now, that's where we stand. So we'll stand here until then. App on the phone, just hit open. Yeah. I don't know if that was referring to me checking out the house on the inside, but yeah. We got company, folks. Looks like they just want to see the site. So somebody wanted me to check it out to see if the sheriff was still here when we left. But it looks like he's leaving, so we won't need to do that at all. Or he left, I'm sorry. So we won't need to do that at all. So, yeah. So they're stopping by to bring some flowers. We haven't seen this in a while, guys. They're bringing some flowers, and they're also going to say a prayer. Pretty cool. And it's nighttime. Oh, just too cute, man. Too cute. You gotta love it. There's really a lot of good people out there too, guys. Oh, and she's a little kid. Oh, good people. Good people. Um, Maybe it's the way Tommaso walks and sneaky looks on his face. I didn't like the way Tommaso walked the day he came when he showed up with the FBI. That definitely didn't make me feel very comfortable, especially considering the way we already feel about him. It just didn't sit with me very well. And I know a lot of you guys have seen the video. If you haven't, go check it out. Where to find it, I can't tell you. But there is a video, the most recent time that he came by. And he's kind of got this, I don't know how to even describe it. He's kind of walking like he's got this, like some swag, you know? So, I just didn't like the way he was walking. It almost looked like he incriminated himself. And I hate to say that, but it did. It just looked like he was incriminating himself by the way he walked. Just by the way he walked. I know, it's crazy. But just by the way he was walking. Right around in there, he was walking from the garage around somewhere else. I have no idea, but it really looked really odd to see him walking like that. A teacher walking like a thug? Come on, man, that doesn't even make sense. It just doesn't to me. Tight, beat up shoes, they're definitely on a budget for sure. I'm on a tighter budget than Tommaso, and my shoes don't look that bad. My goodness.
Nancy, stay. Are you ready to leave? Okay, let's make some smart passes and we'll go.
Got a car coming by here. Thanks for stopping by, guys.
No, I didn't buy the ribbon. Do you want to send the ribbon?
Cool people. So they were saying a prayer for Nancy. They dropped off some flowers, and then they were saying a prayer for Nancy. It must be affecting even kids. It's affecting even kids, guys. It's this is just sad. It really is. I heard a couple words. I didn't want to get too close. I didn't want to be rude. I don't think I remember seeing that little red heart. I don't even know where they put the flowers, to be honest. I don't even know which ones they dropped off or where they actually put them at. But they did bring a ribbon. That looks like that might be kind of new. But they did bring a ribbon. And they also brought some flowers. It might be these. A couple words I heard them say was bring Nancy home. And something with the investigators. I don't know word for word exactly what they say, so I don't want to lie to y'all and say the wrong thing. But I haven't really seen very many. I've seen younger teens, but I haven't seen a child that young come by here and say a prayer with their grandma or mother. I know my children know exactly what's going on. We talk about it all the time. They're kind of overwhelmed with me because I've been listening to Nancy every single day. I don't even want to listen to music in the car. I just want to hear what's going on with Nancy. That's how in tune I am to the case. I don't even hardly listen even to music in the car anymore. I just listen to podcasts, news stations, just anything pertaining to Nancy, we're listening to it in the car. So you might not want to ride in the car with me because that's all we're listening to. The radio is Nancy. That's all it is. Literally. And I'm not joking. Ride is currently en route, guys, so we'll be getting out of here pretty soon. Thank you guys all for staying tuned in with me. Thank you guys all for being here, supporting what I do. Thank you guys all for the donations tonight. I truly appreciate it. No one had to donate. I always say that because I feel a certain type of way. You know, a lot of people think that a lot of us are here because we just want to gain revenue off of the case. But that's not the case, guys. That's not the case at all. We actually found a hobby that we liked. You know, we meaning Alex. Alex is one of them. You know, I know JLR's been doing this for a while. And you know, there's always gonna be people out there who criticize you and talk down on what you do. But I mean, we found something that we like to do. You know, when I started streaming, I was gaming. And I've always been into crime. I've always watched cops as a kid. Always. That's the only thing that I watched that was interesting to me as a kid. So I finally found something that I could do and maybe even work doing it. You know? So, I mean, I don't know. I really enjoy it. And it's just a passion that's quickly developed of mine. So, to each their own. Sandra says, Juice, please get some good rest. I will try tonight. Thank you for saying that. You know what? If we go live tonight, I won't be going to bed until late, though. So I usually go to bed at 3, 4 in the morning, guys. True Sleuth, I appreciate that. He says, Juice. What? Somebody's messing with me, bro. Please tell me you guys hear that. And there's a light on back there. It's a flashing light. It just flashed. Right on the guest house over there somewhere. What in the living hell? No. Somebody's messing with me, bro. There's no way. I can't even look at the chat right now. Every time someone talks, there's a light that comes on the guest house back there. There was literally a blue light as I heard a voice or something. What? No one heard that? Yo, what in the what? I'm not joking. Literally a blue light between that tree up there. It's coming from the guest house for sure. There's a blue light that came on the guest house. It's on the guest house. It's nowhere else because that building is nothing else. What is that? I am confused. Is someone back there? Is it a security system? What is going on? I'm not moving from this spot. And then when I stop and listen, nothing. Oh no. I'm just waiting, guys. I'm trying to stay quiet. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm not making this up or trying to be funny. I literally heard something, and it's like the fourth time I've heard it, and now I seen like a blue light from the guest house. That's not even coming from the neighbors. That's coming from the guest house. Either somebody's messing with me. I know my mind is not playing tricks on me. I know I just heard somebody for like the fourth time through like some type of intercom, it sounds like. And I just seen like a blue light. Solid blue can mean recording. Okay. All right. All right. I'm just checking. I don't know what that was, but that was kind of odd. It's never gone off all the times I've been over here shining the light in there. Nothing's happening now. Maybe Tommaso's on an intercom system that's set up and he's messing with me, watching the stream right now, just sitting there laughing. I don't know. I have no idea. They did set up cameras here. I can't walk on the property, guys, so I can't go look. And obviously the family has access to the video footage. Perhaps, there is cameras in place on the guest house. I'm sure there is, because I'm sure somebody professionally set those cameras up this time to make sure they're getting really good views surrounding the house this time. That was odd, though, folks. That was odd. That was really odd. I would only assume that the family is like, somebody is just messing with me at this point. That's crazy. We'll just kind of just wander off again and see if we hear anything. His name is Tomato, not Tommaso. Good one. Denise, welcome back. Just watch your back. Yeah, always, for sure. You could talk through cameras. Yeah, I believe that. I've had cameras that I've talked to that I've had inside my house. Some have lights, some don't. So I just take it somebody's speaking through the camera, just messing with me, because there would be no reason for them to be speaking through that camera right now at all. So, just because no one's there. Savannah's using camera app and telling you to possibly go away. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's either coming from Annie and Tommaso or Savannah. They're telling me to leave. They're trying to scare me away. They're messing with me. They're creeping me out, laughing right now. I'm surprised I'm sure the neighbors know about this. I'm sure they've heard that thing multiple times. I'm gonna take a guess and just say that that's a camera and not even worry about it anymore at this point. I just think everybody always comes up with nicknames regardless, you know? I think it's just a common thing. Security cameras normally do link to phone apps. Yeah, I agree with that, Sandra. Laughing but aren't doing anything to find their mother. You know why you just read my mind right now. I mean, that's a little what I was just thinking right now. I wasn't thinking those exact thoughts for the most part, but I was just thinking that like I think that dealing with grief and all that, I get it. We have laughing moments, but I don't think that would be something to joke around about right now. Considering what took place here, if somebody's messing with me on the camera, which I'm pretty convinced at this point that someone's joking around on the camera with me right now, that's what they're doing. And I'm hoping that it's someone else that has access to the camera and not family members, because that's not funny at all. How big was the light? Fairly small, but really you could see it really good. Fairly small. I want to say like the size of a. Let's see. I mean, it could have easily been like the size of like a recording light on the camera for sure, but it looked bigger than that. Because normally you're not going to see a recording light until you approach it. That light was bright enough for me to see it all the way over here, and it was blue. Normally recording lights, well, they are sometimes different colors, but a lot of the times they're red. But that one was blue. But I have seen blue before, so I'm not going to look past it and say it wasn't that. Listen, listen. Heard it again, but it was lower this time. It was almost like they were whispering. There's no neighbors like directly in the back. Maybe it's like a security test around the house or something like that. That the cameras each individually do. I have no idea. From what I've seen, the cameras that they put up, they're like white and they don't have any like lights on them, unless maybe there's lights, but they don't appear until someone is talking through the camera. But it also didn't look like those type of cameras that you would talk through. But not every camera looks like that, so I can't say that. I wouldn't shine the light toward the house. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. But I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the house because I want to get this on stream. That there's a blue light there, so I can kind of look at it later. Elisa says, "Go to bed, kids. Grab your tripod. It's already broke. It could keep someone from entering your space." I'm holding the tripod. Your flashlight flashing on them is drawing attention. Maybe just stop. If you turn it off and sit in the chair and listen. Yeah, but it's too far away in the chair. So what I'll do is I'll turn off the light for a second. Well, I won't turn off the light, but I'll take it away from there, and then I'll just kind of sit here and listen for a sec. But it could very much so be the family, or just like a security check. I'm waiting for my ride. My girl should have been here by now, I thought. I don't know. She was taking the order. She told me she was on the way. Let me check her location, because I am ready to get out of here. triple check her location right now, guys. I'm just gonna assume that she's not close, and I'm gonna be here for at least another 30 minutes. I think she should be en route pretty soon, though. It says that she is 7 miles away from me. I hear that I can hear it again, but it's much lower, and it sounds like it's coming from the back now. So I'm gonna just assume that it's the security camera that's kind of going off. Yeah, so apparently she's dropping her last order off with Instacart, and then she's gonna make her way this way. I thought I had told her to come a lot sooner than this today. Maybe I did it. But she's 7 miles away, 22 minutes away from here. So I will be here for at least another 22 minutes, if not longer. She's currently dropping her order off, and that depends on where the order is. The longest 22 minutes of your life? Yeah, tell me about it. Haunted. Trainwreck says it's haunted. No, I don't think so. No, maybe. You never know. You never know. I feel like you streamers are closing in on someone, and you all need to start protecting yourself. Yeah, I could agree. You are legally you are legally allowed to bear arm here in Arizona. I don't know what it is like for you guys in your states, but I know here you can purchase a firearm and walk around with it. I know you need a concealed. I think you need a concealed license to conceal it. But I believe if you don't, you don't need any license for it as long as it's in plain sight. But that depends on where you're concealing it. I don't know if that applies when you're in the car. I really got to educate myself when it comes to certain things out here in Arizona. Car just turned in the gym driveway. Yeah, they're leaving in too. Yeah, if you have to put your brights on in this neighborhood, just like you saw, it's definitely too damn dark. Juice you should be carrying. I've been considering that. Yeah, it's time. But for me, money is very tight, and it's just right now isn't the time. But I'll get around to it. I'm humble. I'm a humble guy. I'm not in a rush for anything. I'll get there. I will get there. Somehow, some way, we will get there. I'm not in a rush to purchase a firearm, although there have been some crazy things that have happened in my life. So I definitely do need to consider getting that soon. And it definitely would make me feel safe to have that right now, for sure. I definitely would not announce that you're not armed. Dang, man. You just had to throw me right under the bus, huh? Man. Nah, I guess I couldn't agree more. Cars are considered concealed carry. Ah, okay. And that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. I can't argue with that. So consider more quickly, Juice. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not agreeing with anything you guys are saying because it's true. FBI doesn't announce who is cleared and who isn't. They don't. And under that is the reason why I can't look past the family being probable suspects. Because Nanos decided to take it amongst himself to clear the family. But sources say that he did not get that word from FBI. I don't think he got the clear from the FBI to clear the family. Hey, much love, Sally. Anytime. I love being here, and I love to bring you guys here with me. So much love. These are some pretty inexpensive pew-pews that are good quality. You should just go shop around. Yeah, there are. I agree. There are some pretty inexpensive guns out there. Like I said, I'm more of a durability type of guy, so it definitely is going to have to be a decent firearm. I'm familiar with certain firearms. Not to get into talking about firearms, but a high point would be one of them that I would probably never purchase because they're only allowed so many shots. So a high point is going to be something that I don't consider purchasing in the future. But believe me, guys, it's been a thought, and I will definitely consider it. Bear spray, says Lily. That would be good. Felon says, if you have not hit the like button, hit that like button. Yes, indeed. Let's try to get it to about 1,200 likes before I go. Maybe we'll make 1,200 likes. We currently have 22 to go. If you're tuned in now and you have not, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thing. I wonder if families hired private security and that's who's been watching the house. Possible. It's possible. No permit needed in AZ for a pew. Indeed. I agree. Sam says my mom keeps jalapeno juice. That ain't gonna work. Jalapeno juice is for when you're a kid and you say bad words. Now that would definitely sting, I guess, if you put it in somebody's eye. Some say, speaking of guns, some say that the perp in the video is carrying a repellent gun or a pellet gun. Sorry. What do y'all think? Do you think that's a real gun? I think that gun is real. It doesn't look like a BB gun or a pellet gun to me. Hey, Tarek, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. He says, please be careful out there. Much love, Tarek. I appreciate that. I will. Thanks for trying to keep my head over my shoulders here. Yeah, I could agree that in that video that gun looks real. It does not look like a fake firearm to me. But somebody brought it up in an interview yesterday saying that it is a pellet gun. I heard a gun expert say it was fake because of the weight of it, but how could he determine the weight by sight? The whole imagine a perp looks AI to me. So, Sonny, you don't think the perp looks realistic at all, huh? Sharon says 1.2 likes. Let's go. Yes, indeed. We hit 1.2 likes. Just that quick. That was quick. Engaging Denise is like, oh, God, let me not read that, Tarek. Come on, y'all. Y'all got me reading the wrong stuff, man. MK says Mexican style carry is what it is called. My husband, former law enforcement. I think Monk and Tree kind of cleared that up. He talked about that. It's not quite the Mexican style way, but I would agree that it is. I mean, to me, it looks like it is. Is it Saban says I'm behaving? Nah, y'all gotta behave, man. Take it easy. Take it easy on Denise. Denise, take it easy on the chat. Thank you all for hitting that like button. I appreciate those of y'all liking the stream, by the way. 1,200 likes, not bad. Nah, I'm not used to this at all. It's not. It's definitely not normal for me. Definitely got a bear arm though, Elisa. You're right. Got to get bear. Oh, bear spray. Sorry. Donna says Kosh is to hopped up on. Is that supposed to be like a snowflake and booze? I don't know. I didn't catch that one. Nah, you're good, Denise. You're good. Sandra says, watched Iranian attack ships, all news. They have ski masks and are dressed exactly like the person in front of Nancy's Guthrie's house. That was like a wow moment. Wow, I got to see that. Y'all talking about Kosh Patel. Somebody says they hope Kosh gets a lot of money from the lawsuit. Well, I can't touch up on that because I'm not familiar with that at all. So what happens next, guys? Where do we go from here? What happens next with the case? Where are we going? What direction are we going in with this case? Do you really feel like we are going to find this perp at some point in time? Or we're just all having our fingers crossed and we're just hoping that that's going to happen? But what do we really truly believe at this point? Do we just believe we need to be patient and things will start falling into place? Or it's just not going to happen at all? Or some of us are just like, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. C9 says things are moving. Wow. Does not feel like it at all. At all for me, whatsoever. I'm really getting tired of holding this light, so I'm going to put it down, folks. Hold on. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that you said that in the chat. Julie says Nancy's 84. I think day 84, they will crack this. Imagine that. Imagine that. Your lips to God, ear, day 84. I really like that though. I like the way I like that thinking. That's wishful thinking for sure. It's ready to be solved, Valerie says. Will she ever be found? Miss Janessa said. I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Will she ever be found? I think my take on that would be whether or not the perp will talk if they find the perp. I think the only way to find Nancy is through the perp because that person only knows where Nancy's at. Sheila says, yes, she will be found. Wow. I like everybody's confidence in the case for sure. He could at least tell them where she is. Yeah. Kuhneberger says Richard knows. Wow. Kuhneberger. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I seen Kuhneberger, it reminded me of it reminded me of the Cipher Burger. We need a new name for the perp. What about creep? Creep is too common. Creep is not. Creep is not like it's not. It's not it because the perp did more than just just be a creep. Hey, Ro McCoy, big welcomes, by the way. I don't think I'm familiar with you in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you in the chat there. Tammy says, I pray so, but at this moment, it is uncertain. Yeah. Lindsay, thanks so much. She says, hi, thank you for doing what you're doing. I appreciate that. Thank you for what you're doing. Excuse me. Sally says, I feel like family knows something. Yeah, I've felt that way for a while, and I still feel that way. It hasn't left me at all. Thought I heard like a lizard. Maybe it was a snake. Who knows? But I've felt that way for a while myself. Guys, it is time. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. The mic. I hit the mic when that car pulled up on me right now, and then they just kind of drove away, and it kind of creeped me out. And I was trying to turn the camera because I just had turned it when they, were pulling up on me. I thought my ride was here, but it's not. She's close. That's what I was showing you guys right here. Um, and I was saying that I'd probably just go ahead and let you guys see the phone number so she could get like 500 calls from chat right now and telling her to hurry the hell up. Hey, Mocha Mama, big welcome. She says, hey, the Juice, thank you for being at Nancy's. And yes, info will be coming out soon. I feel it, but who knows? Don't give up. We won't. We'll keep continuing doing what we're doing, guys. Indeed, for sure. Guys, I gotta thank you guys. I gotta shout everyone out here in the chat, especially for those who have been here, not just the members, but I highly appreciate the members that have been coming out and supporting the stream. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate those coming in and, donating super chats. I appreciate that. Thanks for those who sent cash apps today. From everything that involves support and you guys being here, I could not have done this without you guys. My girl's almost here. We'll kind of keep recording as I go out of the neighborhood, just in case we see anything suspicious. But until next time, we'll see you guys again here at Nancy's. We'll be here, if not tomorrow, we'll probably be here on Friday. But I believe I'll make it out here tomorrow. I don't think I have anything on the agenda. Um, I might be taking my kids to the Pima County Fair. I'm thinking maybe I'll go live there, walk around, ask some questions. Maybe that wouldn't be a good idea, but maybe it might be good. And then everybody could kind of see what the Pima County Fair looks like here in Tucson, Arizona. I don't know if they travel to you guys, but I know they kind of travel from state to state. But guys, big, huge thanks and salutes to those of you guys coming out and tuning in tonight. I could not thank you guys enough. Could not thank y'all more. Much love, guys. I appreciate you guys all. You guys are great people. We're gonna keep continuing what we're doing. You saw what happened today. It kind of keeps continuing happening to me. But whatever. We'll just ignore it and keep moving forward and let the sheriff do what they do. We'll let the sheriff do what they do. It is what it is, man. Thank you guys all. I'm gonna just keep on recording here though as we leave. I think she should be here any minute now. But as we leave the neighborhood, we'll just kind of keep rolling so that way we're not missing anything, you know. I think that'll make me feel safer in this neighborhood until I actually leave. So thank y'all guys. Big salutes, guys. I appreciate y'all a lot. I'm gonna flip this camera back around for now. We'll sit here and wait. But I think she's almost here. It's almost about that time. In fact, I'm gonna go over here and get my chair real quick. Thank you guys for waiting around with me too. I appreciate it. Got my water, and then I got a little Gatorade. So we'll pull that in the car. I think this is her here. Yeah, she's over here flashing me. Jesus Christ. Slow down now. You're late. You're $3 short. You're 2 minutes late, $3 short.
And you're not funny. You told me that you were going to tell me what Friday was having. You never told me.
Got busy. Pop that duty. Pop that trunk. Dirty truck, my goodness. Oh, get back here. That truck is dirty, dude. We gotta clean that truck. Yeah, it's just awful. Surprised her trunk is so dirty the chat thinks there's a body in there.
There is.
Clean that trunk. Good Lord. Just joking. Dang, it's cold. You're not cold? Freezing.
How was your day in life with Nancy?
It was great. It was great. We had a couple weird little moments, but it was great. There's like a camera. I think there's a camera or something recording on the guest house. But I kept hearing like somebody talk through the guest house in a blue light, like a recording looking blue light or something.
Say
I don't know
what?
what it was. I don't know. I couldn't really. I couldn't make out the words that they were saying. It was
Where's the
super
guest house
weird.
at?
Huh?
Where's the guest house?
In the driveway, straight back.
That gives me chills.
Yeah, it was weird. Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Sam says to tell you that they appreciate you. we're gonna make sure we stay alive to make sure everybody
When
wants to
did-
make sure we make it out the neighborhood safe. That undercover
When did he leave?
did not leave at all. Like he didn't leave. He
When
left
did
for like 30 minutes and came. Maybe like an hour ago from now he left, maybe or less. And he drove up and said, I think he said, "Stay safe, have a good night," and then just drove off. He stopped a little bit. He hesitated because I was gonna ask him something, but I was like kind of nervous right then and there, so I couldn't really get a word out. It was one of them moments. So I was
I
like,
know, because when I dropped the chair off, like I wanted to go back that way instead of coming this way.
there's a car behind us too, so hopefully we're not getting followed right now.
That's not even funny, babe.
No, I'm serious. I don't. A car just came out of nowhere. There wasn't no car.
I hate driving through this neighborhood.
I like the neighborhood. It doesn't really make me feel weird. See if it turns. Yep. Looks like it's a truck. What did that look like to you?
There was like one of those like SUV,
Yeah,
the square,
lights on.
the
Oh,
square
no, it's
SUVs.
yeah, it's a nicer. Okay. All right. Please stop.
I got a long day today.
We're being trailed. I hope not. I really hope not.
That's
Nah,
not
we're good.
even
We're good. He
funny.
turned. We're good. But I didn't see that car. Just this neighborhood will keep you out for sure. It'll have you thinking crazy. So just imagine what Nancy went through if she was still alive when she was taken out of her own
That's
neighborhood.
so
at night.
sad.
In your own neighborhood.
That's so no, in your own fucking freaking home.
In your own home at that, yeah.
They deserve to fucking. Ugh. You are evil.
And we're off. We're on the main roads, guys. Much love. I appreciate you guys all. I will see you guys tomorrow or later tonight, most likely on stream. So catch y'all later if y'all are still up.
So what else happened?